Hey guys, and welcome to the review of the Atari Jaguar. For those who know of the Atari Jaguar, it is a 64-bit interactive multimedia system by Atari. Once upon a time, they were the king of video games. Anyway, it's a pretty... Well, actually, I think the Atari Jaguar looks pretty nice. I think it's a very nice looking console. It's quite nice. And it's got Jaguar. Therefore, it is a car. And it should be a very good game console. Also, no it isn't. Now, I find love in all sorts of game consoles, no matter what they be. But I can't in this, I'm afraid. For one, it had a very, very short lifespan, and a lot of the games on it are not very good at all. It's overly priced for now. Back then it wasn't, but now it is. It's very overly priced. There's a massive homebrew movement for the Atari Jaguar. And I try to find good in these things, but this just doesn't have anything going for it, really. The fact is, the only thing it has going for it is it looks nice and it has Atari on it. That's about it. I don't have many games for it, but as you're all aware, there was not many released for it anyway. This console definitely has a lot of potential, but it was definitely released 4 years too late to the market. It had already been pretty much double-teamed by Sega and Nintendo, and then it was about to be completely destroyed by Sony, so the Jaguar never stood a chance at all. As you can see, Atari is written all over it. 64-bit interactive multimedia system. That clearly makes this better than everything. Said no one ever. Here we have our standard power. We have this really weird opening for the AV, which is... I just find it really odd. And then obviously there's your TV signal aerial input lead to tune it in, if you will. And we have... It's got a... Look, you hold it this way. Oh wait, I'll have to come a bit closer. Hold it this way, it looks happy. Hold it this way, it is sad. Many emotions does the Jaguar hath. Now, I don't own a lot of games for my Jaguar because they are very expensive, but I do have 3. You get the obligatory one that comes with it, which is Cybermorph. And if you've ever played this, or ever heard of it, it's always her face telling you what you're doing wrong. If you crash into a wall, it's, "Where did you learn to fly?" Or, "Well done." Or, I don't know, she says a lot of shit, basically. I do like how the cartridges are made, though. They have the Atari logo on the back, and they've got a little handle for in and out inputness. In there! Anyway, moving on. Swiftly moving on, may I add. I have Doom, which is actually a really good port. It just doesn't have the music, which is kind of depressing. But that's actually quite good. I only have one more game for my Jaguar, which is in the box, and I have this for lols. Bubsy in Fractured Furry Tales. Everyone's favourite Sonic ripoff. Yeah, this game isn't very good. Basically, everything they improved on in Bubsy 2, don't think they carried it over because they didn't. They literally just reskinned the first one and put it out for this. I'm sorry, Bubsy, you couldn't even sell this. Dick. Now, you scream at me in frustration and you say, "Let us see the controller." If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been living, because this is the controller. Atari, once again, blazoned all over it. We have, it actually feels really nice in my hand. I give it that. I actually kind of like this controller. We have a nice D-pad, it's not floaty or anything, it's pretty good. We've got 3 nice buttons here. Pause, option, and this hideous, disgusting telephone keypad. It does work with overlays, see, you have the prongs here, but I don't have any. Why would you have this? If this was supposed to be competing with Sega and Nintendo, why is this on it? Atari, you should have learnt your lesson with the Atari 5200 when you put a stupid numerical keyboard on it. Why do you frustrate me so much? Fuck! But still, I digress. I still own one, and I still play a couple of games on it, and I am slowly getting my mitts on a few other ones, but as it stands, I do not recommend going out to buy one of these because they are expensive. I got mine fairly cheap through a friend, so I wouldn't recommend it, but if you're interested, I'd keep an eye out for a cheaper one. I got mine roughly for about £60. The games were not included, only Cybermorph was, which I've put in the top there. But I wouldn't recommend seeking this out. Ugh. I just don't know what to say about it. It was a letdown. I suppose if it was released about 5 years earlier, it would have been a really good console and everyone probably would have loved it, but consider it was released so late to the party, I can't say anything for this. And even then, if it was released earlier, I might have the same feelings towards it. So, I hope you enjoyed my input on this. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. Fist bump, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.
What could possibly go wrong?